Everyone, week 5 of What If Everyone Studies the Same Torah. Here we go. Here's our pasuk. Vatiftach vatirehu at the yeled. And Pharaoh's daughter opened, and she saw the boy, and behold, the na'ar, right, a different word for boy. And na'ar is typically thought of as an older boy, and that's what the commentator is going to have a question about. Na'ar boche, and she has compassion on him, and she says, this one is from the Hebrew children. All right, so what questions might someone have here? Getting curious, and here are some of the comments that we see some of our major Meforshim asking. Why is Moshe called a boy in the first part of the verse and an older boy Na'ar in the other part of the very same verse? There are a bunch of different kind of ideas about this. Um, one idea is that he had his crying voice was the voice of an older person. The second is that he was basically much more developed than a typical baby was. How is Pharaoh's daughter? How does Pharaoh's daughter know that this is a Hebrew child? Ibn Ezra is going to say that, well, the baby was circumcised. Some people say no, he probably wasn't circumcised. But she probably knows about the decree. But interestingly enough, at this point in the story, and this is really, you have to kind of go back a little bit, because at the end of the decrees, at first it's very clear that the Pharaoh is specifically targeting the Israelites, and the baby Israelite boys that are Israelite. But at the end of the decree, if you look back a little bit, it's ambiguous whether that actually Pharaoh might actually be targeting all children that are boys and a baby, right? So, and the Midrash picks up on this, that actually the Pharaoh's fortune tellers basically said that a baby will be born, but we don't know if it's going to be an Israelite or a non-Israelite, that will destroy your kingdom, that will come up and rise against you. And then so basically Pharaoh changes the decree and says actually not just all Israelite babies will be killed, but any baby who is a boy and a baby will be killed at this point forward. There's plenty of moral messages to that, I think. And so another question is, right, why does it say, and she saw him, the boy? And that word vayar, right, vatirehu, it could have just been said vatere, right? And she saw, what is the who? And so some people say actually, oh, the who is someone that is with God, with Moshe, and it could be either God who's with Moshe at that moment, and that's what Pharaoh saw, or actually there's something with him. And what is the with him? It is a wedding canopy that actually, so like Yocheved, Moshe's mom, was so sad that he wasn't going to see him being married, and so in that ark is also a wedding canopy as well. The what makes Pharaoh's daughter named Bati have compassion on the child? Something probably about the crying of this baby, or maybe it's his dashing good looks. Of course, the baby's crying. What would we expect? Why does she need to open the teva to hear the crying? Couldn't she hear it with the teva closed? One other idea, by the way, about why is Moshe called the boy first at part of the verse and an older boy in the second. And because Cooney actually says that second, the older boy is talking about a different boy. That's actually talking about Aaron. Aaron is close by crying as all this is happening. And that is why when Pharaoh's daughter opens up the teva, she looks, she hears Aaron as well. And it's like, that's why I know this is an Israelite boy and not an Egyptian boy, a baby. Right. Right. So I have a couple of the answers given, and you can decide to talk about any one of them, and then of course, kind of the like, what is our big takeaway? I don't have any like obvious ones here, but I mean, I think this is um, more about Batya's compassion and her, even though full no welling, knowing that this is a Israelite boy, she's willing to take that risk. And actually, interesting enough, in the verse itself, it's the compassion that comes first that rules the day, rather than the facts of it being what kind of baby it is. That, like, no matter who it is, like, she is so much compassion. It's almost like love at first sight, and then she realizes, oh, my love at first sight is going to be complicated because this is actually a Hebrew boy as well. All right, thanks everyone.